What's up, world? It's your boy Denver's Dojamain, and right now you are tuned in to one of the most exclusive college radio shows in the Mile High City. Yeah, it's Head-Klap Radio. And tonight, or should I say right now, we got one of the dopest artists coming straight out of East Denver. It's YGAM's only Flawless Money, and it's going down, huh? What's up, Flawless?
What's up with you, bro? How you doing?
Hey, bro. Glad you made it on the show, man. How you been, man?
I'm living, man. I'm blessed, man. You already know.
You gassing out there, bro. You gassing. Hey, y'all, we want to welcome everybody to Head-Klap Radio, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Taz, Pretty Boy, Floyd, Baldwin, bro? You already got some people watching, bro.
Oh, they tuning in already?
What's going on, Taz?
That's what I like.
Hey, ask Flawless any question, bro. Stay tuned, man. We're going to have a good show on the mount. We got some of his videos, you know what I'm saying? We about to push. It's push season, bro. Am I lying?
No, sir, man. They know the name, but they finna know the face, though.
Period, bro. So tell me, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ready for Christmas, man? You got some Christmas gifts ready under the tree or what?
Yeah, we had to get that out the way early.
Already?
We already broke with it. So.
That's what's up, bro. So what's it been like on the grind, bro? I know you've been moving, doing your thing, man. How long you been doing this music thing, bro?
I mean, physically, I would say at least 18, 20 years. Ever since kids, being in church and all that stuff and playing instruments and stuff like that. But right now, I would say I'm still not as far as being in the game. I ain't in the game yet. I'm still trying to kick down the door, so.
Absolutely. And also, bro, you know what I'm saying? I've listened to your music, bro. You got something. You got something, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? So what motivates that style of flow? Like you got the harmonizing going on, kind of like the Denver's future, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? What made you so potent with that sound?
Basically just the drive and the eagerness to stay different and be different, and being different also makes you authentic,
Period. Like
I'm imitating, but I'm making it better, so it ain't like I'm doing nothing new. I'm just taking it to the next level.
Oh yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like I know you know what I'm saying? You one of them guys, you know what I'm saying? You come up from the streets, you know what I'm saying? East Denver, you know what I'm saying? Chime in on what it was like growing up on the east side of Denver for those who don't know.
Well, just like any other neighborhood out there, you know what I'm saying? There's heartache and there's tragedy, but through that you gotta triumph, you gotta build, and you gotta fly from the ashes, so to speak. So right now, for our neighborhood and our side of town, that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to rise above the ashes.
Right, man. I know the east side has taken some devastating blows with some of the young guys out there, in our
still hearts. Going on today,
Yeah, man.
And being grown-ups with kids right now, that's what I call it. We grown-ups with kids, so it hurts to see that it's still going on and that a lot of progression hasn't happened from when I was out there in the streets, all full-time. The fact that I do have this voice and I can kind of sway some of the energy and make some of the negative positive, then that's what I'm going to use my time to make it for.
Already. And so do you feel like the music is a good outlet from all that, the drama and just all the bullshit, or do you feel like it kind of fuels the music?
Well, no, see, and that's the thing. Like, the music has to be the outlet and the branch or way that you can express your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you acting on it. When I was growing up too, all we really had was major artists like Tupac and Ice Cubes and Jay-Z's. There wasn't so many people that you had to look up to with a voice, and those individuals use their voice to move people and motivate people, and if you didn't have emotions, help you identify what emotions you was going through. So like growing up in the game, in the music game, understanding how powerful my voice really is, that's why I use it in any form or fashion that I possibly can, whether it's rapping, singing, or rock and roll or whatever. That's what I feel like, that's what makes my uniqueness, and that's what keeps me doing different things.
Absolutely, and I know you've been collabing, man.
Yeah.
What's some of your collabs, man? Well, I'm gonna ask this. So what is the importance of collabing for you?
Well, for me personally, the importance of collabing is to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be number one. You know what I'm saying? I want to be amongst number ones. I want to be amongst champions. You know what I'm saying? Gladiators and titans and shit stuff. Excuse me.
Oh, you good, bro? Shit. It ain't too bad.
Yeah, but so for me in collaborating, it helps me. It inspires me to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then like, I'm not gonna do it like you. I'm gonna do it different, but it's gonna fit. You know what I'm saying? Negative or left and right, so to speak. So I love to collab more than just doing music by myself, because the energy that you get from collabing, and you see someone's frustration or happiness or whatever, and it brings light into the room. Wherever I'm coming from or wherever I'm at in my state of musicality or artistry, it either spark it and make it die. I'll say like this, like, if I offer to do a feature with somebody, like, I really, really, really am intrigued by your artistry and I want to know and grow more with you. But like, me doing a feature with someone, the certain type of song, I can see where you coming from on that, but it just didn't catch me. You know what I'm saying? So
basically, you gotta feel the vibe.
I gotta feel the vibe. I have to feel the vibe. I have to understand why you got up and made that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be an emotion or a feeling or a story behind the music that you're doing with me. You know what I'm saying? Or if I reach out to you.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna just do milk and cereal music. And maybe, hopscotch music and things like that, that's what I call it.
Right. And I cut out a little second there, bro, just to kind of see because we about to play your song, you know what I'm saying, your first music video. I want you to introduce the name of the song. Dang, I know you loaded them up. I'm like, which one is this one? All right, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is the therapy. So chime in about therapy a little bit for those of us who ain't familiar with therapy.
So therapy, back to what you saying about, my upbringing and my background and the side of town I'm from. There's a clip in there from a mother speaking at a site where a young man was killed. And she's telling us, like, it's, from her point of view on how she feels about being involved in this environment, you know what I'm saying? And she's telling us, like, the ones with the voice and the ones with the power and so to speak, the man with the gun has the power. Think about how much power you really have and before you go to take a life, you know what I'm saying? So it's really moving.
Little headphone technicalities. Well, look, man, I want to play the song, man, so go ahead and introduce the world to the song.
This is Flawless Money, YGAM's own, the man with the plan. This is therapy for y'all. This music for me is my therapy, so a lot of the times when people ask me why I do it, I just tell them it's therapy, you know what I'm saying? It helps me evaluate myself in a sense, so here y'all go.
Hey, it's Flawless Money, Denver's Dojamain, therapy, Head-Klap Radio, let's get it.
The mothers are tired. We're tired of crying over our babies. We're tired of crying over our fathers. We're tired of crying over our community.
If only.
This has got to stop.
The playback is delayed. If only I could change the world. If only I could change the world. I smoke to release stress, cause life's a bench press. They show interest, but never invest, unless there's interest. And that's the business. Never mix it with women or even close friends. And you can't hate on that man if she chose him. She gon' ride, but only as far as she going. Now he in love, but he don't know how to show it. He on the grind, but he's starting to lose focus. You know it's real when the homies start to notice. Time to ride, gotta shoot it if you show it. Second thoughts make you move a little slower. Remember you a soldier with the world on your shoulders.
faith moves mountains, still I'm bagging up bounces, tossed and change in the fountain, wishing change would surround me, rocket, change my surroundings, do it all for my family, for my team, I'm the captain, with my back against the wall, I'm all action, circle gets small when you lose it all, just keep your head to the sky and back to the wall, praying that I stay alive and make it through this war, cause ain't no guarantee I'll make it in this cold world. Been through a lot of things, it's been hard for me to change, stuck in my ways, still feel the pain each and every day, RIP the game, smoke a lot of tree, that's my medicine, hate around me, I can't let them in, I can't let them win.
So you guys, if you out here gangbanging, this is for you. The next time you go to pull that trigger, look at a mother that lost her baby, because it just might be you. Thank you.
It's your boy Denver's Dojamain. Right now you were tuned into one of the most exclusive college radio shows in the Mile High City. And guess who I got in the building right now? Flawless Money. Yeah. So what's up, bro, man? So that was a pretty good song, man. You know, so it seemed like you got a community influence, man, in your music as well. So what's so important? Why are you so big on community?
You know, not necessarily just community, but it's also community is a form of family, you know what I'm saying, and all that too, and even gangs. But the stigmata is everybody looks at the negative sides of it. But through my experience and what I went through, and my influence and my growth, I should say, you know, making it through these things, from what I've learned, you'd rather hear it from a person that's went through it versus a person that is on the outside looking in. So I'm from the inside looking out and telling you that, you know, this is not it's not the only way, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have a lot of, you know, community leaders out there, you know what I'm saying? And like, if I can get 100 people to listen to me rap, then I should be able to get those same 100 people to say, let's go over here and help feed the homeless, or let's go over here and ultimately change the world, you know what I mean?
So lately, you know what I'm saying, I've been dealing with a lot of resistance from the powers that be, trying to bring, you know, artistry into the college campus, primarily the rap. So in my opinion, I have been getting a lot of resistance due to reasons that go kind of beyond the scale of, oh, this was that or that was this. It's like, I feel like I'm being discriminated against, and I just want you to chime in on how do you feel like the current repertoire for young hip-hop artists is, and how is it affecting the movement?
Well, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, I understand exactly what you're going through, because not necessarily from the standpoint of I'm also black, but it's the fact of going from what you have done before and being judged off of that and trying to change and do something different. Nobody ever expects you to actually make the change. You know what I'm saying? They don't witness the struggle through the change. So, I mean, even me being who I am, you know what I'm saying, and sitting on this side of it, you know what I'm saying, you go to this college, you know what I'm saying. I don't go to this college, but I still probably would have just as much influence, you know what I'm saying, being from where I'm from, because not only where I'm from and the types of people that I've grew up around, I have to run into day to day. These are the same people also that are still trying to better themselves. So it's not on the outside looking in level at that point, because walking these halls, everyone's coming from these different backgrounds, but it's the shell on the outside, and that is what discrimination is. You can't just look at me just because I wear my hair a certain way or I dress a certain way and I look a certain way to say that I am one of those people that you don't like or that you don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Even if I am, let me at least speak, or give me an opportunity to say how I really feel about things. And that's the whole point of the music that I make too, is like, my exterior, my presence, the way I dress, the way I look, my background, where I'm from, already tells you one story. But if you give me an opportunity to open my mouth and speak, you'll hear my truth. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a chance to speak my truth.
Absolutely, man. And, you know, I just feel like here it is, you know, 2018, and racism is still potent. Discrimination is still potent. I definitely feel like the president is perpetuating a lot of it. How you feel about that?
My thoughts on that is definitely, I don't feed into the negativity of it, because that is the whole design of it. Being like, when you say something, the problem is not the person and what they're saying, it's your reaction to what they say, or what you do, your reaction to what has been said or done to you. So with that being said, like, I'm not gonna give him that power to let it influence me, but as soon as it gets close to home, you know what I'm saying, then that's when I will react. But at the same time, that's too late too. So as much as I don't have an opinion on it, I should have more an opinion on it. But my opinion, like, the fact that we know that it's happening stronger to this day right now doesn't erase the fact that it's been going on. So the fact that, you know what I mean, like, I'm ready to stand up, but, it's hard for people to stand alone. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't have so many people that's willing to go out there, because at that point, you're going to be standing for everyone's cause by yourself. And I don't understand that design,
Right. So do you feel like, so I know you said we need more community leaders, but do you feel like more of us need to put ourselves in professional environments that way we can kind of, how do you say, kind of set the tone? You want to establish a certain kind of, I can't really think of the word for it.
Pretty much a community, a group, you know what I'm saying? Fraternity of people, of like-minded individuals that, in a variety of age, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't have all the answers, yet I've made it this far, you know what I'm saying? So I can only tell someone that I'm trying to mentor or reach only so much. So as I become, or I continue to try to be a leader, I still have to follow. I still have to be taught. I still have to learn new lessons. And I still have to, experience new things as well.
Right. I'm just tagging, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got some viewers. It look like Taz, you know what I'm saying? He just said smart man.
Oh, yeah.
Good to be a smart man and do big things behind the music, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of my whole goal, to get you guys on here and pick your brain a little bit. Because, like you said, music can stigmatize you. It can put you in a category. It can put you in a box of, oh, he's just a weed head.
Right.
Speaking of which, I mean, I hate to call the kettle black. I mean, we kind of had a conversation prior to going on live, and you said that you want to incorporate the marijuana into your flow.
Exactly.
So chime in on that, man.
I'm actively doing it. I dropped a project this year called The Most High, you know what I'm saying? Self-proclaimed The Most High, self-proclaimed Mile High mother ambassador, Mr. High himself, Mr. Most High, I can outsmoke any person in Denver. I can roll up faster than any person in Denver, and pretty much so how, like, with that part of it, you know what I'm saying, we got our weed legalized and everything, yet we let the outside industries come in and take over instead of reaching in ourselves and getting rich off of, you know what I mean? I'm really passionate about that, but like, I gotta get me a grow up, I gotta, and that's what that's like, kind of like you said, contradicts me trying to be positive and all that stuff.
But okay, so
it gives me the motivation to be positive. I'm able to work it out before I spit it out.
Right. And I don't know if I want to say that weed's not positive, right? Like, that's I know college kids right now, and they're making it through college because they're getting blowed. I mean, it really has its, let's not. Yeah. Weed really has its beneficial effects,
Right,
and,
exactly.
It helps people study. It helps with insomnia.
Right.
I mean, who are we to call it negative? Obviously, it does have negative effects on your lungs and shit like that. But then there's also other ways you can do it. You can eat it, so.
You can eat it, yeah. And it also is very, 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 it does great things for people with autism and cancer and things like that. And that's a fact. Seizures and stuff like that. So, like, I don't want to get more involved and become the ambassador of it just to smoke more, you know what I'm saying? I want to really learn about what I'm putting into my body, you know what I mean? And when along comes with that is the tobacco. Like, I have to kick tobacco, and it's like pretty much with every aspect of my life right now. Before I can go out and preach about something or try to be a martyr for something, I have to do it myself. I have to conquer it myself, and that goes along with the marijuana industry. Like, I have to learn the pros about it, because I already know what the negative is about it, because that's already put in our face already.
Absolutely, man. And, for me, it seems like it's not necessarily even a struggle right now, right, in Colorado, to really preach the positive effects and the importance of marijuana.
Right.
But like, it's like when you leave Colorado,
right,
that's when it's still an uphill climb. Because
right.
I know for sure, I went to like Georgia here recently, and my people, they had it down there,
mm-hmm,
but just the Georgia government still doesn't quite see it. But
mm-hmm,
now, don't get me wrong, it's starting to hit more people's ballots, and it's starting to get actually more popular amongst people, and I think they're seeing that it's kind of an economic booster.
A positive note on that too is like, okay, now you're gaining awareness on something that people are actually involved with and partaking with and all that stuff too. So now you get them aware and you get them involved and you get them out to vote. Same process when it's something that's really going to be pivotal to your community or your infrastructure, your neighborhood. You got to get up and get out there and be active and go do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So I don't know. We're going to go into some more music, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? I can use a little buzz right my damn self.
Yeah.
So we might have to go ahead and take a little break right now. But sure, man, that's what's up, man. So, what's up, 10 to 10 Birds?
Smoke more.
Adrian Walker, Dave Justice, Danielle Griffin, Nikki Lee. We see y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Salute,
10 to 10, bro. We still working on another come up, bro. We working on the next turn up. Hey, look, Flawless, man, I want you to introduce your next song. Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Lord is pretty much another sentimental value, one of those jewels that I have for myself that I feel like don't get enough attention. So now that I do have the platform, appreciate everybody that is listening, tuning in. I love y'all support. So Lord is just me, pretty much my letter to God, you know what I'm saying? Telling him, help, I need help, I'm tired of this, tired of that. But I put it in a song format, you know what I mean, like an R&B format. So it's a little bit more singy. But if you already know me as an artist, I do a lot of different things with my voice that
harmonizing.
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all, look. It's Denver's Dojamain. Right now, you were tuned into one of the most exclusive college radio shows in the Mile High City, and this is Flawless Money with Loud.
It's just good. I like it.
Lord,
He murdered this beat.
Lord,
I'm going off subject of the questions.
Lord, if you hear me, Father, forgive me.
How do you
Let
like
my
it?
weapon protect me. Pray they don't disrespect me. Lord, I hope you listen. I'm too tired of stress. Rolling, smoking these switches, waiting on a blessing. I told her I was worth it, that's a different lesson. Sometimes you gotta move in a different direction. Some just move as directed, I move when fraud is detected. I kept it solid from the gate, you gotta respect it. Defense strong, every pass intercepted. My aroma strong, diamond switch, tiger's milk. Laugh and cry, live and die, that's the way it is. Difference is money makes life a little better. Better enjoy it while you can, cause you don't live forever. Came from living bad, I'm just trying to live better. If I have to, I'm breaking bad, I'll face whatever. For my fam, gloves and masks, gunshots, whatever. Laughing at my past while I roll another bag. Die young, live fast, pray before I leave the pack. Pray that I make it back, these niggas got it bad. I'm never looking back, cause I'm headed to the bank. Lost a lot in this game, you'll never know the pain. Only way to go is up, it is never too late. They gon' smile in your face, make sure you get paid. Keep the business separated, keep the real from the fake. Cause there's money to be made, they focus on the wrong thing. I just want the money, money in the bank. Shawty, what you think? I've been on a paper chase. I just beat another case. No face, no case, closed case, cold case. That was in the old days. Back when niggas called a body and they ain't say no names. When you respect the game, everybody eat. Gotta stay on your P when you're moving through the streets. When you respect the game, everybody eat. Gotta stay on your P when you're moving through the streets. When you respect the game, everybody eat.
Kind of what
Everybody eat. And even though I try hard to change, it's getting harder just to hide the pain. And still I'm struggling night and day. Got me wishing I could fly away. It's hard to dream when you wide awake. I'll admit at times I've been afraid. Got me living like a renegade life. Give you lemon, make lemonade. Hustle, get you paid. Haters gon' hate, guess I'm popping now. Same ones never came around, calling asking me for a favor now. Just pray for them. Stay positive, you only get one life to live. Revelations is the time we in. I speak for the humiliated, ridicule, unappreciated. Never know when you're in the presence of an angel. Looking at life from a different angle. I'm just trying to get mine right. What more can I ask for, Lord?
Put the top on it.
Yeah, y'all, that was Flawless Money with Law. Hey, I'm Denver's Dojamain. Right now, you were tuned into one of the most exclusive college radio shows in the Mile High City. And you know what I'm saying? We got the man himself right in the building. Hey, what's going on, Flawless, man?
Hey, yo, I just want to take a second to shout out those two videographers also. First one, Creating Collective Visions. And the second one, Law, was shot by my high Zach. And that's another thing, like, with the collaborations. It goes further than just rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting into film and, you know, modeling and shit.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, man, that's networking, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's up, man. So I know a lot of people deal with Creative Collective, you know what I'm saying? I went to school with that man, and he doing his thing, man. And you know what I'm saying? I like to see young men working out here, bro. So it's always good. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that Straight Checking collab, man. So how'd you get up with Nike Nitty and stuff?
Nike Nitty's like been one of my big influencers, like as far as like being one of the pioneers out in Colorado and for the music. I've been on a few of his shows as well. He had the Top of the Box series, and just throughout doing music and growing up. See, I'm a little older, you know what I'm saying, like than a lot of the other guys from my section that's out right now. So, I've worked with Interstate Ike and Waze and, you know, Young Doe. So I've got songs and music and videos and stuff with them as well. So, Nike Nitty. So pretty much how that came along, he's going into production now. He's putting on a new hat, you know what I'm saying? So as a way to pretty much boost both, you know, pretty much network amongst
sharpen each
yeah,
other's
exactly.
swords, yeah.
So, you know, we putting out a little project called Respect It or Check It, you know what I'm saying? All production by Nike Nitty. And we gonna do, you know, put the promo on blast behind it and pretty much just show that I'm not above working with like-minded individuals, you know what I'm saying? And Nike Nitty, everything that he does and the way that he does it and the way that he presents it, you know what I'm saying? That's going to help me as well as put and making sure I polish and package everything the right way. So everything is like it's a growing process, but you know, like most people are afraid to get criticism or afraid to grow or afraid to branch out or work with people that are different than them, you know? Yeah, so that's gonna be big. That's dropping in January.
Did you like that? Did you like that new one by MNLD?
Oh yeah, man, that thing is hard, man. That thing is super hard. Only because, like I said, I grew up listening to it. So it's like, even though I expect great music from great people, but it's like there's still things that you can do that can amaze people. And again, once I heard that, I'm back in the booth, I'm back in the lab, I'm inspired and motivated. You know, in a sense, it's like the genre of music, as far as what I'm putting out, Respect It or Check It, is similar too. You know what I'm saying? Just saying like that's not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Gangster rap ain't gonna never die. You know, but. Yeah, man. Shout out to MNLD and Doe and all them, man. They've been my mentors for a long time.
Right, man. And you know, honestly, man, I will say, man, a lot of you East Denver rappers is on point right now, man. Because I always feel like Montbello kind of had the most unity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always had like the most unity. You know, when we gonna get us a East Side collaborative?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But you know, I know every neighborhood in Denver is kind of different with the politics, so you don't.
Yeah, and that's like so. Pretty much with the East Side comes with that. Like it's we the East Side, but everybody's so individualized within themselves in a person. You know what I'm saying? Like we have great factors and individual people that are great for being themselves, you know what I'm saying? Not just being from the hood, you know what I'm saying? They was great, you know, rest in peace Crip, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas like that and Psych Mike and shit like that, they were great for being themselves, but in becoming great, you also have to stumble, tumble, and fall, and, you know, you bump your head along the way, you know what I'm saying? But
right, you know what I mean? Do you feel like the music is a way to can potentially, you know, kind of set the tone for a new era of young men coming out of the hood, you know, kind of more focused on their business and pursuing their dreams and not so much on the violence of gang banging and trying to impress homies with dumb decisions?
Well, if you think about it like this, bro, like we're on a small scale. It's like, so it's like that was really what took me to my limits too. I'm straight out of East Denver, you know what I'm saying? Straight out the hood. But the music I make will not reflect that. With that being said, it took me longer and me shying away from that instead of embracing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like the content is what's the problem. The problem is, like you said, the individual, again, the person that is the face of this. You have to move accordingly. I can get on here and rap about guns, drugs, and hoes and all that shit, but if I'm not actually, you know, in a position to where I mess up and catch some charges or whatever, then there's no downfall from that for me. But like you said, once the kids are actually repeating it and doing it, now my thing is that's never gonna stop. If I don't rap and put out this music the way I do it or the way they want me to do it, it's still gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's a good segue into my next question, because I was recently online last night and I was looking at Yuck Mouth go live about Troy Ave, and I don't know if you're familiar with Troy Ave. He's a New York rapper.
Right, shot at the club or so.
Yeah,
or whatever.
well, he was in a
allegedly.
He shot.
He shot the club up.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, the thing is, he was actually involved in a pretty significant incident outside of a nightclub that kind of transisted into the nightclub. And the reason why Yuck Mouth went live about it last night, because right now, like, people are kind of bashing Troy Ave, calling him, "Are you a rat? You tell him," because, you know, it was one of them situations where he kind of, I guess you could say, he had to tell on the person that shot at him, right? Because it was his life or his, and so it was in a situation where Tax Tone was kind of like a character like me in a sense, where he would interview artists.
Yeah.
He was growing big. You familiar with Tax Tone before you
nah,
went like that?
Nah,
you should check
not
out some
before.
of his interviews, man.
Yeah.
He was pretty dope, and he had a hate for Troy Ave, and when they ended up seeing each other in person, it got ugly. And actually, what happened was, like, Tax Tone started shooting at them, killed Troy Ave's homeboy, nigga.
Right.
And then Troy Ave wrestled the gun out of the shooter's hand, killed him, then ran in there and chased after Tax Tone.
So
and now he's getting caught snitch.
Right.
And so Yuck Mouth's beef was this. In hip hop, we'll call the guy who says he's gangster, and the guy who really is gangster, we'll bash him and bury him and call him a snitch. Now, Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? He's now in federal prison, kind of praying that they let him out if he's just able to convince the judge that he was not really a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He was really just talking. He really was just perpetuating an image that he really wasn't living.
Right.
And when he was on the streets, you know, we kind of glorified him as being a thug. So basically, the point I'm trying to make, and it's all going to fit together, is, do you feel like hip-hop is losing its moral by glorifying fake gangsters? Is one question. Do you feel like Troy Ave's kind of a rapper, you know what I'm saying, has to stand true to the fact that he isn't do you feel like the fact that he shot himself out of a situation is void, being that he ended up having to go to court and do extra things in court? Does that void the fact that he still got himself out of a situation? And do you feel like, and the last question I got is, do you feel like we shouldn't be glorifying gangster shit, even if it really does happen, or if it doesn't happen? Do you feel like it's just steering people down the wrong path anyway?
So, ask me the first question again.
So the first question was, do you feel like Tekashi, I don't know.
That was that smoke break, folks.
Right, that was that smoke break. Well, shit, bro. Basically, do you feel like we need to stop glorifying gangster shit? Do you feel like it's wrong that we're calling a gangster a snitch? Or do you feel like it's wrong that, you know, somebody who's a fake gangster is allowed to have success in the hip-hop industry?
That, and okay, I pretty much understand what you're saying.
So you got one fake gangster, one real gangster that they're saying is fake.
Right.
And then you got the fact that what the violence that they're perpetuating is just influencing people.
Now the thing about it, which is why there's so many different genres in music, you know what I'm saying? But the only one that's always under scrutiny and under fire has always been hip hop and rap, you know what I'm saying? And if a lot of people know the acronym for rap is Rage Against Politics. So the whole idea of being a rapper is you should be able to say how you feel and what you want to say. But and with the street part of it is don't be out here with us, hanging with us and doing this stuff, and then when it comes time to stand on your own too, you buckle like a, you know what I'm saying, you soft with it. So if you make your bed, lay in it.
At that point you're speaking about Troy Ave?
I'm speaking at Tekashi. Okay. So I'm speaking at the fact that all your song is kill this, kill that, but then when it's, so that's why I'm saying, like, you gotta, as an artist, be aware of the power that you have in what you're saying on these tracks. So not the fact, he's not even under the fact that somebody else went and did something off of something he said in his music. You said something in your music, and now you're involved in that said incident, but now you trying to convince motherfuckers that you don't believe that. So you're not just convincing the judge, you also are
misleading
your fans and saying that it's okay to, you know what I'm saying, go against all the things you're saying. So that's he's gonna have to, if he can buy his way out of that situation, then he deserves to be out of that situation. Now with those two individuals, to the second part of it, Troy Ave is a product of his environment and his background. Now it's different because you got 6ix9ine inciting these kind of incidents, from what it looks like to me, you know, talking shit and doing all these extra things, whereas you in a situation where a person seen you, started gunning for your life and took one of your people's life. So in that situation, because it wasn't like a everyday kind of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
this
like
was an isolated right, this is an isolated incident.
Well said.
You know what I'm saying? So again, in the system, you get 3 strikes, whatever, but we're all being judged off of these isolated incidents. It's how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? So for Troy Ave, he ain't gotta tell nigga who did what. Nigga, all he gotta do is keep his motherfucking mouth shut, and everything else is gonna play out the way it's supposed to play out. They got video, they got whatever. I don't gotta say nothing. I got the right to remain silent, and that's a big part of the G code. And then that goes too with the music. You can't say too much in the music. You can't say actual names, and so things are being changed and misconstrued.
That's when it gets tricky for me, because it's like we say, okay, don't talk like this gangster stuff, but yet like nobody's buying conscious rap music. No,
exactly. I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like, we dealing with J. Cole now. We're starting to
right.
We are starting to become.
But then if you think about it, K-Dot, nigga, them niggas are street niggas.
Tekashi
they from the hood.
10 for 10, right? They real niggas.
They're really from the hood.
Right, they really from that. And Tekashi, he is.
J-Rock is from the hood.
Tekashi
ain't from the, man. That I don't even want to speak on that,
right?
Because you got OGs out there that ain't doing the shit that this little nigga's doing, but they're condoning it. They're letting it slide,
right,
or whatever. So that's where it's that goes into the third part of your question.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not okay to let these people out here claiming to be this and claiming to be that, because then now you got himself into a situation where everything he said he was, now you got to get up there and say you're not. So now in the streets, you should have no more credibility at all anyway.
He don't.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so I want to dive a little bit into it too. So basically, you know, how you said that those guys in Brooklyn are kind of condoning his behavior.
Yeah, they let that shit ride.
Those are now his co-defendants.
Right.
And not only that, they were actually gunning for him in the end, and then when it was all said and done, like they hyped him up just to tear him down, you know.
And people is really out here getting extorted, my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like he made some bread. Everybody didn't eat off of them platinum hits. You know what I'm saying? So. But then it all falls in line, like the crossover with the street into the hip hop industry is what's going on. So it's like they're letting real gangsters in.
Right.
But you can't let a real gangster in and expect him not to do no real gangster shit.
Right. And so then why is it fair to call him now a sucker? Oh, you went on the stand. I'm not.
You talking about Troy Ave?
Yeah, I feel like I need to read up on it a little bit.
Yeah,
when
because
when I heard that he's actually getting told on by Taxtone, because Taxtone's the one doing the time, because they caught him with the fingerprint.
They got this thing called a discovery and shit,
claiming
and all that. Like, you can tell me till you blue in the face, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to those processes and court proceedings, you never know really what's going on until you got the paperwork, until it's said and done.
And that's
so
another, like, hip hop is automatically saying Troy Ave, you're fake.
Yeah,
you went on.
But it's not hip hop. It's the wheels that make hip hop turn, supposedly.
The streets.
Not the streets. Like, nigga, we ain't talking about Troy Ave in Denver. We talking about MK Lucci, and we talking about Trev Rich, and we talking about PH Wax, and we talking about Nike Nitty and Young Doe and Flawless Money. And you know what I'm saying? Real shit though. Like, so out here, our structure of hip hop is more so, you would say, like West Coast.
Right.
You got people like E40 and Too Short, of the street, in the street, by the street, for the street, powered by the street. You know what I'm saying? So how can we control our streets if we don't even own our streets? You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different kind of thing.
They say, street credit is invalid in the bank.
It's invalid. Like, they don't even own it.
I don't know, man. So how would you describe this current state of hip hop based on the conversation we're basically having? Like, do you feel like
I'm what the gang's been missing, bro? Like, I've been in it so long and around it so long, and excuse me, I feel like a lot of what's not in hip hop right now is what is missing. Like, it is oversaturated. Everybody's sounding the same, doing the same thing. Not necessarily be original, because being original is going back to the basis of it. But it's like, be innovative. Don't be afraid to do more. I see a lot of more.
Would you say that was Tekashi? Kind of, doing something bold, or do you feel like that was more?
He was already bold in what he was doing, but you got to remember, when Nipsey came in, he was already Nipsey Hussle Neighborhood Crip. Tekashi came in, he was Tekashi.
He was Daniel.
Yeah, whatever the fuck he was. Yeah,
Daniel Henderson.
So then he turned into Big Blood of the Hood or whatever. So you gotta, like, the same way you come, the same way you gonna leave.
Some people will argue that Tupac did that. Some people will argue that Tupac wasn't a blood before he got on death row.
Tupac was never a blood. Tupac was thug life. Tupac had enough influence to start his own gang with Crips and Bloods and anybody over everywhere. So
I should have probably put that in, my bad, because I don't want to discredit.
Yeah,
Tupac.
like, don't say Tupac was the same. No.
Well, no, what I want to say is, people say that, Tupac wasn't really about that thug life shit in that way. He was more like thug life, but it was like, build the community, help your fellow brother.
Right.
But then when he got on death row, it's like, F everybody, F you.
So when you're an artist though, like, that's, instead of looking at like an artist and being artsy or however you want to look at it, but it's like again, you got power in what you're saying. So if I get on a track and I be like, fuck bitches, excuse my language, but I love the black queens, and I just contradicted myself.
Right.
So music right now is a walking contradiction. Hate everything and then love everything. Kill everything but then heal everything. Like, let's get on some common ground, or let's balance yourself. Like, stand for something. You can't stand for everything, because I only got 2 feet. I only stand for this. I stand for smoking weed. I'm pro weed. I'm pro, you know what I'm saying? I'm pro guns, nigga. But, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pro family. I'm pro life. But society makes things a contradiction. Politics makes things a contradiction. So if you put all this in front of you, then you don't really know yourself as you think you are. If you're relying on the TV to tell you what to eat, what to wear, how to think for yourself, so.
Poof, that's deep.
Yeah, I can go on and on with this shit. Shout out my nigga FL, YGAM, that's my dog. Me and we sit down and we talk before we do music. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we talk and not do music. And the more that we got our minds working, then I can be more creative. So,
right.
that's my dude, man. YGAM, man.
That's the whole point to get you on the show, man, because we need these messages, bro. Like, the streets is bleeding right now, man. And we just need I just need everybody to just kind of come down off that high horse
Yeah.
right now, man. Like, y'all
Like, don't be a puppet.
Y'all really got something out here, artists. Y'all really got something. But, you know, it's nothing if you can't put it out there. They already doubting us. They already feel like we ain't gonna do nothing but cause trouble. We ain't gonna do nothing but hurt, rob, steal, and kill. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're right. It's a hypocrisy because the music does speak on that. But some will argue that, look, this is a representation of where I am, of who I am. I'm not necessarily influencing the shit, but you know, if this is what I grew up seeing and this is what I'm gonna rap about, you know, you're not telling like one of them country singers to stop rapping love, sing about love, you know what I'm saying? They gonna rap what they sing about, you know what I mean? Or without rap what they sing about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, I done kind of contact. I got Flawless Money. You know, Denver's biggest weed smoker. You know
man.
So, hey, bro, but look, we want to get into your final video before we break out, because we getting to that time, and I know you got business to handle.
Yes, sir.
So your last video you done put on for us was the one about the ganja.
Yeah.
We gonna go ahead and play it, bro.
We gonna play it?
We gonna go ahead and play it, man.
Okay.
Because I know that's your forte.
I know my brother watching somewhere too. Shout out Kid Colorado.
Oh yeah.
He on this thing, man. We got so high that day, man. We blew down that day. I don't even know how we made it home. On a cloud nine, man.
Period. The only way is to go up. So look, go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the song right now, y'all. It's your boy Denver's Dojamain. You know what I'm saying? Right now you were tuned in to Head-Klap Radio, and here goes Flawless Money with what's the name of the song, bro?
In my Swisher ganger don't bang. I don't smoke Dutchess or backwoods.
Hey, y'all heard it from the man himself.
East 93.
Swishes I prefer. Shadow mixed with wax. OG Kush to calm my nerves. Music is quick, so have you flying with the birds. Watch me fly around the earth. I get high, I won't return. Roll it fat and let it burn. Got me slurring on my words. Still keep up on my shirt. You ain't smoking if you ain't choking. Roll it tight, it burns slow. Need a quarter of that pressure. I don't want it if it's extra. Gotta taste it when I hit it. Need to smell it through the bag. In the cup, release the tension. Eyes on seeing it. Inhale, exhale. I stay smoking on that loud. I will never turn down. Roll another right now. Please don't let the smoke out. All I see is Kush clouds, like I blew a whole round. I can't put it down. I'm the big bad wolf. Smoking till I pass out. Before the blunt goes out, gotta break it down. Hit me if you need a bag, but you gotta make it fast. Swisher. Only thing I smoke is that good. In my Swisher. Only thing I smoke is that good. And I might hit it. Only if you roll in the wood. In my Swisher. Only thing I smoke is that good.
You be blowing dumb, but really not really. I stay on some ignorant shit, smoking out the city. Lift the guts out of Philly or even the backwood. You ain't never seen a turf nigga smoke this good. Windows rolled up, whip smelling like food roll up. Plus I'm chasing the smoke with a whole cup. That anything is possible. Higher than the 30 or at the hospital. Yeah. Fuck it, roll another up so I can sip and blow another one. Smoking like a broken stove. No mid-grade, cause the GPA too low. And now I'm riding down 33rd, searching through the world for the early bird. I've been smoking little, only I've been tweaking. I know you a rookie, only smoking on the weekend. Yeah.
Only thing I smoke is that good.
Oh, you know, it's like having you uploaded.
Only thing I smoke is that good. And I might hit it. Only if you roll in the wood. In my Swisher. Only thing I smoke is that good.
Oh no, my belly's out. Did you catch me at the end? I don't think this is the right one. I think it was like the first he did it, he uploaded it to see how it would work. Yeah, that nobody ever shared that. I think he put it on his page, but we never put it to YouTube. We put it on Facebook. You didn't? How do I do that?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Flawless money. YGAM. Industry Killer 3. Young nigga, I'm a young nigga with a old soul. Oh no, if I go broke, it's back to kicking doors. Let's go with my old trap, back to pimping hoes. Drive slow, cause I got this pole, my shooter still on parole. They go, they like they go. Flawless in this zone, on my own. Couldn't wait no more, I did it on my own. Had some help from some real niggas who never let me fall. FL told me, get your money, boy, it is time to
DJ, guess who? Mister, I got the hood locked.
Yeah, yeah.
What if you commented it?
Flawless money. Huh? YGAM.
That would be hilarious.
Industry Killer 3. Young nigga, I'm a young nigga with a old soul. Oh no, if I go broke, it's back to kicking doors. Let's go with my old trap, back to pimping hoes. Drive slow, cause I got this pole, my shooter still on parole. They go, they like they go. Flawless in this zone, on my own. Couldn't wait no more, I did it on my own. Had some help from some real niggas who never let me fall. FL told me, get your money, boy, it is time to ball. Dip this sauce, she know I'm a boss. See me taking off, I'm so high, I've been taking flights, I pray I make it home. Ain't gotta say it, nigga, I can see it. They don't want me on, but I'm up, nigga, I am up and I ain't coming down. Mike Jones, feel like Mike Jones, bet they love me now. Keep it real, all the way real, ain't no changing now. Free my niggas, bring my niggas home. I'm gon' put us on. R.I.P. Rest in peace, my niggas. Watch over your bro. They probably wonder why I ain't fucking with these niggas. Cause all these niggas do is gossip like this. You say you real little nigga, I don't hear you. I'm a shooter, and all my niggas hit us. They hit us, they hit us. All my niggas hit us. Yeah, all my niggas hit us. They hit us, they hit us. All my niggas hit us. I'm a shooter, and all my niggas hit us.
All my niggas hit us. All my niggas shooters. Ain't gon' be no passes when we slide through with the Ruger. Ain't no chilling down, ain't no turning down. I'ma keep it gangsta, turn the whole party out. If he ain't from around here, then don't bring it around. My little niggas on one, they gon' lay his ass down. Stendo in the pocket now, let it blow like a rocket now. I keep a couple hitters with me, just in case it get funky. Ain't no way we turning down. Nigga, this that trade bound. If you ain't from around here, you might wanna trade now. They hit my head a gator, that shit ain't been the same since. They hit my head a gator, that shit ain't been the same since. I hit my head a monster, that tell us about to go down. They fuck with me and mine, I promise they gon' lay down. All my niggas hit us, all my niggas shoot us, all my niggas hit us, all my niggas shoot us.
They probably wonder why I ain't fucking with these niggas. Cause all these niggas do is gossip like this. You say you real little nigga, I don't hear you. I'm a shooter, and all my niggas hit us. They hit us, they hit us. All my niggas hit us. Yeah, all my niggas hit us. They hit us, they hit us. All my niggas hit us. I'm a shooter, and all my niggas hit us.
I'm done with you. And then I gotta look.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, look, we about to wrap it up. It's your boy Denver's Dojamain. Right now, you in the building. We got Flawless Money. Dope track. That was Hit Us by Flawless Money. You know what I'm saying? Featuring Lil M. Hey, look, man, we got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We thank all your...
I can't smoke in here, huh?
I wish. I wish. Hey, but look, man, we out of here, bro. You did the damn Thug Thizzle, bro.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Any final shout-outs before we close it out?
Yeah, shout out myself. Flawless Money. So, YJM, of course, man. Get on down to the studio, man. We got a studio out there, South Colorado, YJM Studios, man. A lot of people have been coming through, and we appreciate y'all business, man. Just keep building with us, man. Keep building with the Flawless Money brand, the HeadKlap Dojamain brand, and we can't do it without each other, man. You know what I'm saying? So get out there and connect with somebody, man.